here it's telling me that I am not a hot dog, which is number one, surprising, number two, really assuring. Okay, so we're going to work on this model that can distinguish between objects using machine learning. For that purpose, we're going to be using Teachable Machine, a free tool from Google that is really quite awesome to do very basic projects using ML. And if this is your first time doing one, welcome. We're going to guide you through everything you need to know. It's super easy, and we'll show that everyone can do it. So first thing is to go to Teachable Machine, go to get started. We can do an image, audio, or pose project. This one is going to be an image project, and it is based on the show Silicon Valley, where Jing Yan wanted to create an app that would distinguish between types of food, allegedly, which is so funny because at that time that seemed somewhat innovative, and now Google's Photos can do that. So in the show, it ended up not being quite that easy, and what Jing Yan ended up creating was a more binary type of model that could distinguish between things that were a hot dog and that were not a hot dog. So anyway, I thought this is a cool exercise. The work here is to collect the images. So it says you have to collect between 30 and 50, but really the more the merrier. And the more diverse and specific types of imagery that you can select to depict the objects that you want. It could be to distinguish between two different people, two different dogs, a dog and a person, different types of objects in your house, or things like art that is very iconic, like the Matisse versus a Van Gogh or a Picasso. I wouldn't have any of those in my house, but maybe you do. So you can choose between uploading or images from a webcam. For this, because I didn't have hot dogs and it's really hard to have a bunch of different types of hot dogs in your house, I chose upload. And so I already have all my images. I'm just going to choose them from my little file. The idea is to have as many diverse and unique types of hot dog images as you can. This one is like a stuffy that looks like a hot dog with a face. So a bunch. I have 33. It's not that many, but we'll see. We'll see how it works. And for not a hot dog, I also have my set of images that I collected. And we're gonna add them all. Oh yeah. So now that we have them, I'm gonna stay with those. Those are the images I have. They're not perfect, but they include people, objects, some images of an AC unit that I sold on Craigslist, cucumber. I put some male body parts to ensure that it wouldn't detect that as a hot dog, but I don't know. I think another thing I didn't think about initially and only came out later. What about a Philly cheesesteak? That is very similar to a hot dog. And so I added some images of a Philly cheesesteak here. So now that we have them all, we go to train model, training, woohoo! It's going to use my cam by default, but I don't need the cam. I want actually file because I want to upload images and I want them to tell me what it is based on my model, right? So here it's telling me that I am not a hot dog, which is number one, surprising, number two, really assuring. So we switch to file, and if we switch to file, I have a little folder that has images for testing. So I picked images that I picked images that can be this one, not this one. This one could look like a hot dog, right? But it's not a hot dog. So my model works. It works. It's alive. And then I also chose a sea cucumber because it has that shape, right? And see, I love that it gives me a percentage. It's the probability that it's a hot dog, 15%. So that thing is frightening, but my model works. Let's see. This one is going to be, oh man, this one's going to be hard. I have no idea what this one's going to be because it's like something made with hot dogs, but it has a different pastry. So I don't know. See how hard it is to distinguish. It was 41% hot dog, which, depending on the definition of a hot dog, it might not be wrong. Let's see. I have a Philly cheesesteak. Let's see what it says. Yay! It's a hot dog with a 30%. That means it understood my nuance that not everything in a bun is a hot dog. Another Philly cheesesteak. See, this one looks more like a hot dog, so I wonder what it's gonna say. It thinks it's a hot dog. So this model is still not Philly cheesesteak proof, which tells me that I might have to add more of those images to my not hot dog training. And then, of course, we needed a wiener dog, and it wrongly is assessing it as not a hot dog when this is absolutely a hot dog. Let's see what else. I have another dog, a cute puppy, not hot dog. Okay, that's not surprising. All right, so I'm finished. Now I'm going to move on to export my model by clicking here. Before export, you should upload your model, and then it's going to give you a link, a shareable link, and then you can give this to your friends and family that are curious on whether something is or is not a hot dog, and they can test it out for themselves. Here we go. This is the model. This is what it looks like once you share it. By default, it's going to have the cam. I don't want cam. Okay, I'm not cam ready. File. So switch to file, and this is shareable. You can send this to anyone, which I think is really cool. And there you go. Maybe it took longer than 5 minutes because I talk a lot, but this is amazing. You have just made your first machine learning model. And for that, I congratulate you and yay. Okay.